It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los...
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at the Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field.
Look at you.
Hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
Herbert on first down. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And that's good for a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Law sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. They bring a tight end in motion right. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
Oh, yeah.
Deontay Hardy to return.
Damn
The
it.
team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard's Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Tight end in motion right. Here's 2nd and 7. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here it goes. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, you know right before the snap you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great
All right,
adjustment made at
guys.
the perfect time for the first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now it's Lamar. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And he's chased all the way to the
Dang it.
sideline and out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Changing it up here, Jackson escapes out to the
Yeah.
left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Lamar off the play fake. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
All right, guys, watch this.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff.
Let's go, boy.
Fields the hard squib kick.
Sit down, boy.
Team after they gave up a pretty nice return. The Chargers get their offense set for their second drive.
I'm going to blitz this guy.
And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Now start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That's complete to Dobbins. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. Caught him deep.
Thank you.
Oh, the ball is out.
Go.
And this is
Go,
picked
go.
up by the Ravens. And Baltimore finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown. The Ravens capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert now, blitz coming. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards, 2nd down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Getting out to his Ravens swooping in, and they bring him down. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. And he gets it away from his end zone. He'll take it in short of midfield. Juke the defender.
Damn it.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and their wide receivers set for this next possession. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Ravens more than happy to take over in enemy territory. First and 10 from the 41. Here's Lamar. The juke gets him some running room. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On a 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. It's only 2 on the pickup, and it's an interesting call for them now on 4th down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens pushing for points. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Lamar now from the gun. Headed out right. He's running for it. Escapes it.
Go.
And he carries it in for the touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ravens boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Power squid kick is taken in. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
3rd down run by Dobbins. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Damn it.
And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Ravens will go on offense. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Finds him, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
Let me do something.
This is Henry on 2nd.
Fuck.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
Yes.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Not today.
Forced out to his right. On the move.
Get the ball.
Deep down the middle.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Right.
4th down. Here's Jackson.
Not today.
Just out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. Jukes out a
Son of a
one-stop.
bitch.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that
That's what I'm
stretches the
talking
lead
about.
to 21. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens were led in that first half by who else? The former MVP, Lamar Jackson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Hardy on the return.
Wrong. Bitch.
They'll have a long field ahead of him, partners. He's wrapped up shy of the 15. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing on the run, deep down the middle.
That's the ball.
And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.